Hello there everybody, welcome back, and I'm doing another video on why Blank is a great character. Now, for those of you who don't know, since it has been a while since I've done a video on this series, why Blank is a great character is another segment on my channel that I came up with where I talk about a specific character, whether it's Abby from Last of Us 2, Angel Dust from Hazbin Hotel, Julian Albert from The Flash, Iron Man from the MCU, etc. This is still a recent and new series, and I'm still learning all of the kinks on how I want to do this, but I just thought it'd be a cool little series aside from just movie reviews, game reviews, TV show reviews, etc. And where I talk about characters that I really do appreciate and I really think are great, and I just dive into why I think they are, as the title is. And for this one's really interesting because it's different, because in the other cases I pretty much liked the character from the start, and I just wanted to express why I like them. Some people may not agree with, others no brainer. But for this in particular, this character at the start, I thought he was okay and all, but I didn't really like how he acted and what he was all about until what they've been doing with this character in the past few episodes of the show. So I'm diving into why Blitz. Yes, Blitz is indeed a great character. Now, this is the main character from Hell of a Boss. If you haven't seen the anime show, just know I'll pretty much dive into some spoilers throughout. I mean, they have about 7 episodes for season 1 as of now, and the pilot, so technically 8 if you want to count that. So look into that and all, but I'm pretty sure the people that are going to watch this video have seen this show and they want to see a video on this, because I'm not going to lie, that recent episode has me feeling some type of emotion, so I just wanted to really appreciate what they've done with this character. So how the character starts off with is he's since he is an imp, in hell, a lot of people in hell are obviously horrible. How he treats his friends and coworkers like Moxie, etc. He's just like, his attitude is just so negative and so scummy, and just like the whole premise, like, about how he treats people. He has this thing where he just, talks down to them, and just like, he isn't good to them is what I'm trying to say. But you start to learn bits and pieces about that, like in the last episode, which I thought was great. There was this whole section where they were kidnapped by humans, and they were basically being asked questions about why they're there and stuff, and they're trying to deflect. But hallucinogenic scene where it shows Moxie go through a scene like that, and he's scenes, and then there's Blitz's scene and how he's had a lot of relationships in the past and they've all gone wrong, and due to a fact, kind of because he treats them bad and he pushes them away because he doesn't think anyone can love or care for him, and it dives into stuff like that, and it makes me think, wow, I really like what they're doing with this character. It makes a lot of sense, like for this new episode that came out, because the whole thing, like this ship Stolas, I think Stolas is what it's called, which is with the Owl Prince, who the whole reason why he started seeing the Owl Prince is because he wants his book, which is how they're able to do their business, which is their business is getting clients who want people from the living world dead. So they use the book to travel to the living world and complete the objective, and that's how they run their business. And at first, he was just thinking, okay, he's just being used for mature things, I'll just say that. And then eventually it looks like they're starting to get feelings for each other, and at first he was using him to get into this room because he it's so interesting. He always is fascinated and always stalking and stuff, the two people that work with him, Moxie and Millie, with their relationship. And there was this one video I saw that dived into a lot of Blitz's character up until this point, which definitely check out that person's video because it's so good. It's so good. And it makes a lot of sense, because I wasn't expecting the show to really get this emotional, because it started out pretty good. There's a great song in there. There's a lot of humor. It's really fun. And then as it gets near the end, it starts getting really depressing, like how there's lots of implications and consequences for their actions on being together, because for one, the Owl Prince guy, Stolas, is literally, he destroyed his family and his reputation's getting shattered and everything, and all the people that Blitz has burned in the past, like the Fizz Aroli, I believe the name is Rossica, and all these other people, they just all really go into him. Some stuff that we don't know about, but it's hinted at the end of the episode, where after everything he went through, he feels like he's just, no one wants to be with him. He feels like he's the problem and all sorts of stuff, and he just breaks down crying, which was the development for him, especially in these last few episodes, is great, because how it started out, he was his typical self, but there was hints, like in episode 2, about the robot Fizz calling him out, does anyone love you, and stuff, and I was thinking, interesting. And then, from episode 5, they hinted at where Stryker's trying to, get him on his side so that they can potentially be a thing to defeat Stolas and get rid of him. And at first I thought when he saved him, I'm like, oh, he doesn't care about him. He's just using him, right, for the book. So I still thought the whole thing was just one-sided, and he was just thinking of himself. But then in episode 6, when he saves him, you see that look. He obviously has some type of feelings for that dude, and he feels like maybe this can work. Maybe I can have someone care for me and love me. And then when the whole thing comes out, when there's a chance where everyone's dogpiling on both of them because of situations, past people that Blitz got on the wrong side of, and there's a chance that maybe someone will stand up for him and defend him. Nope, he buckles and says, nope, I'm just gonna hide my face because this is awkward. And just the reaction is devastating, because it just basically, because in the previous episode he thinks all these deep insecurities. We saw that with the hallucinogenic scene from the last episode, that he thinks no one cares for him, no one loves him, what's wrong with him. Like, there's so much psychological stuff wrong with him. I find it really fascinating, and I know I'm really diving into this in a way, but this show's got me feeling some type of way. I just think it's great that we have a show really diving into mental, what's wrong with the person mentally, for them to not only be a destruction to themselves, but to others who are trying to care for them, who are around them and tolerate with them. I just think it's really great, and I'm really excited to see what the next episode brings, because there's one left for the season. It'll be part 2, and that's what made me think, is this episode going to leave on a cliffhanger, when I first watched it, since it said part 1? And it's its own episode, but there's still some stuff left up in the air. Like, after the whole thing, he goes and he basically just lashes out at Stolas, when Stolas was like, we can go inside and we can talk and watch a movie or whatever, and he just lashes out because of him not defending him earlier and all the stuff they said. He thinks of all those insecurities he thought of are true, that no one does care for him, no one does want him. And it sounds very depressing and bleak, but I live for this angst. I think the angst in most media is it's really good, because seeing these characters go through this type of stuff sucks, right? It's sad to see your characters you like go through dark stuff, but then when they succeed or get through it, a better person or character, I think it's all worth it. So I'm really excited to see what comes from that episode going forward, to see if maybe their relationship can go from just sexual stuff. Maybe they could actually open up to each other and care for each other, and all the stuff they went through maybe potentially would be worth it. But they're definitely changed from that episode, because of it was tough. And I was shocked, because the two people, Moxie and Millie, they didn't jump to his defense at all. Like, he in a way kind of did, because it first started out with the Fizz and Osmodius, who's the owner of that place, the Lust guy. They were jumping on Moxie and treating him like garbage and all, because he was singing a song about love in a place about, just sex this, sex that. So he did sort of try to jump in and defend him. But then when he was called out, same with Stolas, they didn't jump in to defend them, which I was kind of surprised with. I mean, I guess they were in the middle of doing the song sequence, so I guess theoretically it would have made sense, but character-wise, I was real surprised by that, and maybe that can play into the next episode on, well, I tried to defend you guys, and no one came to defend me, no one came to bat for me. So it's just really interesting, and I'm real curious. There's lots of theory videos going out, what could happen in the next episode, potential characters like maybe Stryker or someone will show up. Those agents might show up. Like, I'm real curious because my theory, personally, I thought in the finale you get all like the people that they pissed off along the way, like the cherubs, the the murder family, etc. Like all these people, the robot Fizz, Fizzaroli, and all that stuff. I thought they would all like kind of team up and be like some type of all of them against the imps from the main cast. But maybe that might not happen yet because it doesn't really set up anything like that here. So I think the next episode might focus on their relationship and see if can this character be redeemed, not just emotionally, but also mentally as well. Can they be saved? Can he finally rest knowing that people do care for him and he is wanted? And will he be able to fix himself in a way, because of how he treats people is still bad and all, but upon these past 2 episodes in particular, you understand why. And I really hope we learn more flashbacks about, because before, and when he was looking at his phone, he didn't have that white scar that you see on his face. I'm pretty sure it's a scar, so something happened for him to get injured like that. And I wonder what happened to his family, all that sorts of stuff, because there's so much more to unpack. That's why I was so debating on not doing the video now, but I just felt like I had a lot to say, so I just wanted to get something out discussing this, because I know it was a lot to unpack, but all those reasons, because it was just a lot. I was really impressed with what they're able to do in such a short time frame, because the episodes are no longer than 20 minutes. And maybe I'm looking too deep into this, but I think it's great. And on the plus side, this show have all been really praised for its representation, because a lot of the cast is LGBT. Bliss here being pansexual, I believe, is confirmed. So that's just a bonus right there. And it would make sense to him wanting to be loved and cared for, because the definition, I believe, for pansexuality is someone who is interested in people with their personality and who they are as a person, instead of just what they look like or appearance. So I think that would make a lot of sense. So I'm diving in too deep to it now, but that was all I had to say about why me thought that Blitz was a great character. Again, thank you all so much. This was a really interesting video, because at first I didn't really love the character like this to potentially do a video on him like this. I just thought he was kind of a jerk who treated everyone like crap and stuff, and there was no real reason for it. I had a feeling they would do something about it, and they did, and oh boy, it got me thinking some stuff. I really thought it was great, especially with the write-in. Those facial expressions throughout these episodes really add so much to his general emotion and his turmoil and stuff. I just think it's all great. Thank you, people that made this stuff. It's something. Again, thank you all so much for watching this video. It really does mean a lot to me. And if you want to hit the subscribe button and bell as well to get notified when I upload, that would mean a lot to me. And if you want to comment down below, that would be great. Again, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I'll see you later. Bye.